My dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta tell him to stop because it is a lot. So I'm gonna about to knock out.
Please don't.
Like I'm like super sleepy. Mm, I need some sugar in my system.
Take a nap after your life.
Hmm. I think I will. I probably will take a nap. I'm already live. I didn't realize I was already live. Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I was talking to my wife. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun. This is gonna be a fun live, man. Let me get comfortable because I gotta. What's it? Oh, look, I actually got my own notification for going live. That's pretty cool. So we'll give it some time and we'll give it some time and let everybody come in. I'll put some sugar. I got a ginger ale, dude, and we took my daughter today, man. We took my daughter today to it was like an indoor. What is it called? Funny,
Like a kids
like a kids
gym.
gym, like an indoor kids gym. Man, I was chasing around and I ate a bunch of pizza. We ate a bunch of pizza and we were hanging out with a bunch of people, man. And oh, I'm just super tired right now. So if I sound a little groggy, that's completely okay. It's well, not okay, but it's because of that. But oh man, I wanted to. This week has been absolutely insane with crypto, man, and it still feels kind of. I still feel crappy that not crappy, but I wish I was shorting FTT. But man, this thing with I've been reading up on the whole stuff with Sam. What is his name? Bankman? Is that his name? Bankman? This guy was, man, this guy was insane. I don't know what was going on with him and his like people or whatever. This guy was he ended up living in like some mansion and there was like 10 people in this like mansion, this huge house, and they were all like in a relationship with each other. And like four of those people were running FTX. Man, dude, it was I don't know, this everything's just getting worse. Everything in the crypto world is getting absolutely worse. And all while what is it called? All while stocks are while stocks just keep rallying like crazy, man. So that's kind of insane. Um, Man, yeah, it's been kind of insane. I want to give it a little bit more time so that everybody can kind of come in and too many connections with Sam and left party. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of stuff that came out with Sam and the left, and then Sam just being politically involved with so many people. Yeah, I did hear that he caused a Luna crash. There's been a lot of I don't know. I don't is that was that made official? Do we know that FTX caused the Luna crash? I haven't read too much on it. But I know that it's been kind of insane just catching up with everything with reading up on the whole FTX scandal and stuff. And I think CZ from Binance knew all along, or he knew for a very long time what was going on with the whole Luna stuff. Even back then, I think he knew what was going on with the whole Luna stuff and everything else, which is kind of insane, man. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot, dude. It's been a lot of stuff going on, man. And that's facts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that him and FTX were causing like Lunar. They were involved somehow. I don't know how exactly they were involved, but I've been hearing so much stuff, man. And then unfortunately, they've been there's been a lot of rumors that the next one to go, the next exchange is going to be Crypto.com, which I really hope not. I really hope that Crypto.com isn't the next one to go. But it's man, it looks likely that a bunch of these new like, that a lot of these things are gonna go under really quick, which is kind of insane because, you know, let me get this right. There you go. Um, because everything is just starting to like, be extremely bad. Like everything is just really horrible right now, and it's gonna get worse, man. I feel like it's gonna get worse. Hold up, he calls a Luna crash. Yeah, so apparently Sam and FTX were the ones that started the Luna crash, that they were the ones who initiated it, and that kind of triggered like a whole bunch of stuff. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. It seems like it's been verified already, I think. Um, yeah, it seems like it's been verified that they actually did crash the whole Luna stuff, that they were the ones involved with Luna. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to like verify that myself because I don't want to start putting out there, information that's not real, right? So, what is it? FTX caused Luna crash. I mean, crash attacks Luna dwarves FTX in terms of losses. FTX dwarves boss allegedly conspired to crash Luna. Yeah, so I know it's just starting to come out. I don't know if it's actually true or not. But yeah, man, all these exchanges are all these crypto exchanges having tokenized shares of GameStop and AMC all around the world. Yeah, the whole AMC thing. I heard about the whole tokenized GameStop thing. I think on FTX where GameStop went up to like $30,000 from the current price right now, which is that was kind of weird. Um, but I don't think there was anything actually weird with it. I think it was just a lot of volume in a ticker that had very little liquidity. So I really don't think that was like a huge thing. I think it was really just like very low liquidity on a ticker that was very unknown. So it's just like with stocks. Like if you have very low liquid or like a very few amount of shares, it's very easy to manipulate a stock if you have enough money. And I think that's just what happened with a tokenized version of GameStop on FTX. I think it was just very low liquid, and someone with a bunch of money, ended up like manipulating it, or just a bunch of volume coming in, which again is insane on its own, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, this whole thing, I also heard that what is it like that they were having like 10 people orgies in the mansion and stuff, which is kind of weird. Um, I don't know what their whole private stuff is, but I think like it was this whole story is weird, man. It's like the Fire Festival, but for crypto. Um, it's just I don't know, man. There's so much going on, and it gets worse by the day, I think. And I don't know if other exchanges are going to be affected. I really doubt that Coinbase and Binance are going to fall. They're like the biggest exchanges, and they're for the most part, I think everybody knows that they're extremely liquid and they have enough money to survive really anything. Um, but I think smaller exchanges or at least smaller crypto divisions from like Robinhood or Webull can potentially suffer. I think. Um, Apart from that, I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen to all these. It's kind of crazy. MX, yo, what's up, dude? Tony, I want to start a Webull options account. What amount do you suggest I start with? Um, is this your first time trading options? Are you trading options for the first time, or is this like, or if you want to start, I mean, if you want to start an options account, that's cool. But is this your first time trading options? Have you been trading options for a long time now? Because if you've been trading options and you're familiar with it and you're fine, then you can probably start with very little and grow it. Um, so it really just depends. Like, do you have experience in options, or if you don't have experience in options, then I would. Oh, I'll give you two suggestions, right? If you know how to trade options, which I 100% recommend against. I think options are a complete scam. I hate options, first of all. Um, Raul, dude, what's up, dude? um, yeah, dude. Yeah, if you want to, I mean, if you're, if you want to start with if you want to start with a certain amount for there, what the fuck you? Oh yeah, dude. Sorry, yeah, I just came in live. I didn't really tell anybody that I was going live. I just put it out there, and I didn't put it like on the Patreon or even in the chat. Um, so I didn't even put it out. But yeah, if you want to just do like an options account for Webull, I don't. I mean, it depends how much money you have. I'd say maybe like a grand, like 500 bucks a grand. Really depends. But again, I think options are a scam, dude. I can't I don't want to do options anymore. But I'm gonna keep trading it just because it's I'm doing longer dated ones. But yeah, I would suggest nothing lower than like $1,000. I think if you want to start doing options, because if you're looking for options that have like a lot of liquid and stuff, you're gonna be spending a couple of $100. Um, you're gonna be spending a couple $100 per option. And I would just recommend to do long dated first. Like if you're part of the Raul, if you're part of the Patreon, I'm pretty sure you are, right? Grab go to the RMACD and then just do daily triggers. Don't look at anything else really. Look at daily triggers, look at what's going on with the market. Set up your market structure and then just do daily triggers if you want to grow the account, honestly. Because if you're starting with like a grand or so, I don't want to say that's a little bit because that's obviously that's not a little amount. That's a lot for a lot of people. But what you want to focus on is you don't want to lose it. So I'd say do long dated options. Do like a month or 2 months out, and then just kind of wait for things to happen. You can also run we wave plays, right? And I've talked about this a lot. Again, start with like a grand. I think a grand is perfectly fine if you know what you're doing. Um, I started I think I started the Webull account with like 3K. I think with 3K, so a little bit more than your account. Um, so far it's okay. Why isn't this loading? My WeWave is not loading. I don't know why. WeWave. What the heck? Do we not have internet? WeWave. There we go. That's weird. I don't know why it wasn't taking me to the stuff. Here's what I would do. If you're gonna start with like a grand or so, go to WeWave. Go to Easy Start. Grab your. Let's do Tesla, right? Whatever. Let's do Tesla. Whoops. Sure. Go to the daily. Daily looks like it's gonna run. You just closed the bullish day on Friday. More than likely, you're probably gonna push to the upside, right? You can probably guess you're probably at minimum. You're probably going back to 203. So I think calls for this week. I think you're perfectly fine because look how much we ran last time. We had a perfect trade on the daily. You kept pushing for 2 days from 216 to 230. So around $15 from here. So what is this? 203, maybe like 220. Wait, 195, 210. Like right, yeah, I would not be surprised to see Tesla back at this level sometime this week. Um, but again, use daily triggers. Use triggers that are going to be running good to the upside because now we know, right? So now we know that we actually have Tesla on a very, very good match. You can go to match on WeWave, run the Tesla chart. And I don't use WeWave too much. I haven't used WeWave in a not like I haven't used WeWave in a while. But everybody from the chat knows that WeWave is pretty it's pretty OP. WeWave is pretty nuts. Whoops. We go to docu. Right, it's another match. Probably yeah. There you go. So this is actually on its second bullish day. I wouldn't trade this one. I wouldn't trade docu just because it's on its second bullish day. But you can run MU. What about MU? MU. You already got. No, you already got a couple days being bullish. What else can you find? RKT's up here. Coup? What about coup? Coup. Coup. That's a big move. I don't know if I'd want to play that. It's too much of a big move. What about the weekly? Weekly. No, weekly's good. Monthly. Monthly's really good. Anyways. Yeah, do long dated. I guess I took way too much time to answer that, but do long dated. It seems that if you're gonna start an account on options, do like a grand. Do small options and do them and try to do them for as long out as possible. Or else there's a really good chance that you might get like effed. So my recommendation, if you want to start a Webull account with options, do a grand. That's my daughter. I think she just woke up. Do $1,000. Run it and then try to do long dated options. That way you don't get effed. Right now, if I only had $1,000, I'd probably short the crap out of crypto, or at least that would be the sentiment today. I'd probably keep shorting Mara. I mean, around this whole general area. I wouldn't short it now because you got a daily trigger. So I'd wait for this to actually push up again, maybe. Um, Probably gonna trade within this general area. Probably higher, like here. Yeah, there you go. So you have around this general area where you're probably trading. Probably trade somewhere back up to here, maybe 15 bucks or so, because you have that daily trigger, unless Bitcoin drops substantially. So I would be looking for longs on Mara right here. Very tight stop loss at like 850 or something. Super tight stops. Um, but I would definitely focus more on shorting, bigger or actually smaller companies or so. But again, start with the grand, try to do very small options or I've been doing a lot of intraday just because I hate holding options for a very long time. So I've been doing just very much a lot of intraday spy. And really it's just the moves that I make are just exactly what I say in my videos when I make my pre-market overviews in the morning. So if I say that I think the market's going to go down, then I'll short it, right? If I say that I think the market's going to go up, then I'll probably go into longs. It's really that simple. I try to listen to myself as much as possible, and you can generally have a really good idea of what I'm going to do from those early morning videos and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I took way too long to answer that. Yeah, $1,000. I start my Weeble with $1,000 and focus on I think you already know how to trade options, so I think you know your best strategy. But yeah, I think $1,000 is fine, dude. Probably more than that if you can. Can we see the stock market crash? I still think you can. I still think you can see the market crash. Actually, let me check Euro USD because I mean Euro USD because I think somebody said that we had a gap down on Euro USD right now. Is it open? Gap down. It's a nice little push down. Well, I'm not surprised. Yeah, but see, gap down, but you don't actually have gap down. But I'm happy because you don't actually have any gaps. You just have a really huge move to the upside. Where's my DXY? I should have DXY here somewhere. There we go. So is DXY opened? Not yet. You're probably going to see, unfortunately, you're probably going to see a gap up on DXY, which is not what we want. We want, we don't want DXY to gap up. We want DXY. See, look at, oh yeah, see, look, give that gap here. I don't like gaps on the euro or the dollar because these are going to get filled eventually. And I don't want the euro USD to go up. I want it to go down because I'm in shorts right now. I want this shit to like fucking tank. But because Euro USD actually opened up that way, pretty high chance that Bitcoin's probably dropping lower. Yeah, there you go. See, pretty good chance that Bitcoin's actually dropping a little bit lower on Euro USD gapping down like that. Fucking ApeCoin, dude, keeps bouncing off the stupid 2.8 level. I'm shorting this on KuCoin and I want ApeCoin to fucking die, dude. And they've just been trading sideways since here, right? Since November 9th, it's just sideways. And I need this thing to just die already. Um, yeah, sorry. This is Patrick. What's up, man? Can we see the stock market crash? The live title. Yeah, I was trying to. Well, it's because I actually talked about because I was talking about FTX and Sam Bankman, whatever, and what the hell was going on with the whole mansion stuff, and him and basically 10 dudes running a train on some chick. Like that. That's nuts, dude. Like, I mean, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, like what the heck's going on, dude? Stupid. It's FTX and their orgies, bro. That's basically it. It's just FTX and them doing whatever the hell they want to do. Is this open yet? No, this isn't open yet. This should probably gap down a little bit. You would probably see the SPX go down just because the euro is because the euro opened. The euro gap down, so that means the dollar is pretty strong right now. US 30. All right. So can we see the stock market crash? Um oh man, did we break major? Oh shit, you actually did break major. Yeah, either way you see it, you broke major on the US 30. Wow, you actually broke major resistance there on trend. That's kind of insane. I didn't even see this chart. Man, let's do this. That's the thing though. I still think that because you're up here, you might see a double top and then get rejected and come back down here, which is what I want to happen. Can you see the market crash though? I don't know, man. I don't know if you're gonna see a crash. Wait, did US 30 already close bullish? Dude, what the fuck? Dude, US 30 already closed the perfect entry on the bull side. What the hell? I didn't even realize that. I haven't seen US 30 in a while. Has it ever been a leading indicator? When did he close this candle? This was June 1st of 2020. No, that sounds kind of late, actually. What? It already closed a bullish month? Fuck. That means that, and it's closing a full month candle above major trend. Man, if that's not a bullish sign, I don't know what the hell kind of market is this, bro. This looks like we're at the bottom, dude. This looks like we're gonna keep pushing towards the upside. Look at that. That's insane. That's kind of crazy though, because the SPX 500 still has a long way to go to major trend like that, right? Actually, not that much. Actually, 410 would actually be divergence. 410, and it's funny because every single time you've actually had, I think this was like FOMC or CPI. I don't know. I forgot what this was. Um, but every single time you've had like FOMC or CPI, you can actually take previous moves and you can run it here from the close. So it's funny is because you have this right. We'll do that. We'll do this. I think that's good. Like right there, and then we'll have this open. Is that it? Did I get it right? Where's the open? Open. There we go. It was here. See, you had that. So next direction, right? It's gonna be one of these three. It's crazy because you actually open here and you essentially close perfectly right there. And this is basically the what every single move has happened in the last, couple of months or whatever. So I like doing the same thing where you kind of run the same like forecast here, like that. Whoops. Here, there, and then here. Chances are that by next, I think this might be CPI FOMC meeting. You're probably good. These are your three targets here. Your range is 397 to 328, 330. So by the next FOMC meeting or whatever this is, by December 15th, which I think is when CPI comes out, you're either going to be trading up here like this. You're probably going to go up here, touch trend, and then come back to here, right? Or you're going to touch here and then drop all the way down by December 15th, or you're going to touch up here or stay around this area and then drop all the way down. So this is the next forecast for FOMC CPI. One of these three is going to hit potentially, right? It's just I literally just took the forecast for the moves of every single move for the last year since January, right? Grabbed everything that wasn't sideways trading, placed it on top, and this is basically what you get. These are your targets right here. Do I think the market's going to crash? It definitely can. Um, whoops. I think the market can definitely crash, but now I'm not as bearish as I was before. I think right now, because you actually had your first, what is it called? You had your first, oh wait, oh shit, you're already at that 618 retracement. Wow. You're right at 618 retracement right now for that divergence. I mean, you're not divergent, right? But it's you're right at 618. So if you cross this to the upside, really good chance this trend is going to break. If you do not break this 400 level, you're probably going to tank all the way down. Wow, I didn't even notice that, dude. That's kind of insane. Um, yeah. Sorry, I keep rambling on. Do I think the market is going to crash? Yes, I still think that there's a really high possibility that the market crashes. Um, do I think it's going to happen soon? No, I actually think it's going to happen later. I thought that we were going to crash down to all the way to from like I think my range was 320 to 340. We actually hit 350 at the lowest, right? I think it was yeah, we did hit 340, high 340s. So in some cases I was kind of okay, but I was, essentially I was basically short from here. From 430, here's where I sold everything. And then I basically I've been shorting all of this, I've been shorting all of this. And then just now, I'm still in shorts. I shorted all of this all the way up. And my Forex account is pretty negative right now. So still shorting all of this. If we do retrace, it's going to be from here. If you push up to 410, chances are you're probably gonna break to the upside, which is kind of funky. Still think we have a chance to drop and crash, but it's not as likely as it was before. I think that we're gonna start seeing a lot of good news flood in, and unless we start getting like really 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 bad news, I think the general direction is probably gonna be more up than down. I'm still bearish towards like 374, I think. And that's really just because it has a huge gap to fill there, and just trading on the SPY and just looking at it for so long, it doesn't like leaving gaps this big open. Like I really, really, really don't think that, um, that it would leave a gap like this open at all. Like this gap is from 375 to 385. Yeah, this is a $10 gap, and I really don't. This has to close. You got to close this like this week. Like you got to close this week sometime. I think. I think you're already for the most part. You already hit peak on SPY, and I think right now we're actually headed on the way back here. You could possibly push here to like 403 before dumping all the way down, but I think eventually you got to close this gap, man. It's way too much of a way too much of a gap. So right now, this whole week, I'm still pretty bearish on SPY coming back down. It seems likely. It seems likely that it's going to come back down. Well, is it going to crash? You need like a really big piece of news to do that now. To be honest, yeah, dollar's open. Dollar's open to the upside. It closed that 4 hour bull trigger. It's on 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, if the dollar keeps pushing back up, that's the thing. This drop here, right? This drop here on the dollar is pretty insane. So if you actually have the dollar recover a little bit to the upside, you're gonna see a huge mess in the stock market, right? So easily you can probably see a nice little push back up to like 108, 109 on the dollar. So possibly wick up here. You can possibly like run it like this. Watch, I'll show you guys. Probably run here from here all the way up to here, right? Then probably throw a wick like this, come back down this way, and then come back down, right? That's what I can see. Maybe just throw a wick up there and then come right back down. Um, but if you do manage to get the DXY to come back above this major trend, that's extremely bullish momentum on what's it called, on the dollar. Where's the SPY? Did the SPY open yet? SPX, nah, still closed. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is down-ish. I swear, dude. Apecoin better not be up. Yeah, there we go. That's what I need, dude. I need Bitcoin. I need Ape to fucking crash, bro. That's what I want. I want Apecoin to crash just because I'm so freaking short right now. I want this thing to just die to the low end. Sorry, I'll like come back and like read stuff. Elon should have let people pay for Twitter blue with dog. That's what I thought. I really wanted Elon to accept Doggy as payment. And I think Doggy actually ran up a little bit just because I think um he did announce I think Doggy payments or something, or he announced payments, like Twitter payments or something, right? He announced Twitter payments. We can get rid of this because that range is done for now. I think we have a range of. Are we bullish? I'd call that sort of bullish. This is our range right now. I think. I like to think this is our range right here. So likelihood is I take this long every single day on doggy. I would take this long right now, and I probably should. Should probably get out of my ape and take this long on doggy, and then I'd probably have a stop loss like right here somewhere at like 0.0822 or something, right? Something like that. But I would take this long every single day. Did we break highs? Yeah, you did. You're a little bit higher than previous high. I'd take this long every day, man. Is this gonna close bullish? I mean, you're on trend. Doggy looks pretty okay. I would take this long right here. I might actually take this long right now. You might actually have Doggy run separately than the rest of the market. I think, to be honest. Let me get this. This over here. Not all this. I don't need all these arrows everywhere. There you go. Yeah, I'd take this long. I kind of want to take this long now. I probably, whoops, not sure. I take this long here. Take the long here. I take that. Probably run this back up to like this area. Somewhere like here. It's gonna take profit. And I probably have like a really tight stop right there. So just on this, you see a 6.5 R&R. So, you're basically spending $100 to make $600, right? Like you're risking, that's how much you would risk. But I take this long. Everything else looks like it's gonna dump though. Yeah. Anyways, I think Elon should have been accepting Doggy for Twitter payments. I have no idea why he's not doing it, man. I heard Honda it's going to compete with Tesla. I wouldn't be surprised if Honda actually competes with Tesla. Dude, Honda's engineering is absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. And the fact that they haven't really come out with like anything crazy good electric that can compete with Tesla is kind of insane to me because I know they can do it. I think everybody in the car world knows that Honda's engineering is ridiculously good, especially with maintenance, especially with longevity, right? Dude, you still see Honda Civics from like the 80s and 90s running like there's like running better than new cars. You have no idea how much crap I've heard from people that own like new Fords, new Chevys, whatever, right? New Mustangs, new Camaros, new cars that keep breaking down. I actually have there's a guy who drives for AAA that lives a couple houses down from me. And I talk to him all the time. And he says he always tells me, he's like, dude, he's like, if you're gonna buy a new car, he's like, don't buy a new car, man. He's like, go 10 years old for a car because all these new cars are 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 complete dog shit. So he always tells me, he's like, don't buy a new car. He's like, don't buy a new car because it's gonna break down really, really fast. Uh, which strike would you consider for Tesla? I For Tesla, how expensive are Tesla options? 195. They shouldn't be that expensive. I would probably do 207s. I'd probably do 207 calls for maybe like 3 weeks out, I think. What does this usually play out? You have one day, one, 214, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd probably do minimum. I'd do like 2 weeks out. I'd say that Tesla goes back to like 207, 208 within like 2 weeks or so. So, I mean, if you're looking for short term stuff, I would definitely say maybe go with what is it called? Maybe like 2, 3 week out 207s on Tesla. That's probably what I would buy. Just kind of hold on to this. Ideally, you would want to do longer dated ones just because it's they're options and options are a fucking scam. Um, but yeah, yeah, I would definitely do 207s for like 2 weeks out minimum. Not financial advice. If you lose money, then that's your own fucking fault. Yeah, but it looks like it's gonna go. I'll tell you that. I would definitely be comfortable buying options for 207s for minimum 2 weeks out. It just looks like it's going there. You bounced off like nice support here, right? You bounced off support, so you're probably gonna keep pushing to the upside. Would not be surprised if we see 207 spot. I mean Tesla in 2 weeks or so. I'll tell you that. Um, Do you think it's risky to hold crypto on Coinbase? I don't. I really don't. I really don't think it's Chris. I don't. I really don't think it's risky to hold crypto on Binance or Coinbase. I think everywhere else is going to be risky. Um, I personally, I think I have like no, I actually have 3K. I have like 4K in KuCoin because I'm trading futures, and that's extremely risky. Anything that's non, it's like it's a it's a pretty simple question. It's just with a pretty obvious answer. Um, is it a house brand name? And if it is, logically, do you think they're strong, right? Like, what's a house, like, brand, right? Like, you look at Coke or Pepsi or fuck, I don't know, Samsung for TVs or for phones, Apple for, I don't know, for your internet, you have maybe AT&T or something, right? Those are all stable home brands, right? And it's the same thing with crypto. Which exchanges do you hear the most about, right? Which ones are the most popular? It's going to be Coinbase and Binance, and they're going to be that way for a reason, right? You don't hear about KuCoin all the time, right? You don't hear really that much about Kraken or Gemini or things like that. So, um, go with names that make sense. If you're gonna be holding your crypto, first of all, holding your crypto in an exchange is always gonna be risky. You always FTX was, I think, like the second biggest crypto in the world, and they went under, right? Can Coinbase go under? Of course they can. Can they file for bankruptcy tomorrow? Of course they can. Can that happen to Binance? Of course they can. You never know with these things, right? You never know if they're cooking their books or what they're doing on their end. So is it risky? Yes. Is it going to go bankrupt? I don't think so. I really don't think Coinbase and Binance go bankrupt within like the next couple of years. It's just they're too strong. They're too regulated. Especially Coinbase. It's regulated by the U.S. It has to be because it's IPO'd, because it's trading in the stock market. Binance is a Chinese company. They never have to give you your money. Binance, I would never put my money in Binance because it's a Chinese company. I don't really trust a lot of China stuff, especially with money. And it's ironic because I have a couple $1,000s in KuCoin. Um, but yeah, I prefer Coinbase. If you're gonna if I feel safe somewhere, it's gonna be with Coinbase. If I'm gonna leave my crypto, it's gonna be Coinbase. So yes, I think Coinbase is perfectly fine. But again, um, that's really completely up to whatever you want. Which strikes would you consider for Tesla? I heard withdrawals are difficult, if even possible, right now on Crow. Yeah, Crow's been kind of funky just because of all that news that broke out that if that they sent like 80% of their Ethereum reserve to Gate. So I think right now it's because there's so much volume going into Gate or going into Crow and people trying to like withdraw their money and stuff. Um, so I think in the future, I really don't think crypto.com is going under, not yet. That's a disgusting wick, dude. You dropped 50% in a week. Look at that. 12 cents to 6 cents right now. That's so gross, dude. That's so gross. But yeah, you can generally see the volume on if look at this, right? For the last when you see like Crow maybe recover back to like 8 cents, 10 cents, somewhere around this area, you probably won't really have that much problem, that those many that much that many issues with drawing money and stuff. Um, but generally, every single time you have so much volume coming into an exchange and people wanting to take out their money, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues. It's gonna be hard to take out your money because there's so much volume being taken out of the market. So, fuck, stupid ape. I might actually have to take my futures out of ape because this thing does not want to just like die. Like, dude, it's it's not even worth. Look at that. It just keeps pushing up. Why? Why does it keep pushing up? I fucking hate ape. The structure on ape is so ridiculous, dude. Like this thing should be at like I need this thing to be at like $0, and I want to short it out of spite. Honestly, let me see. What are your thoughts on SafePal? I have no idea. I've never heard of SafePal. I would give you my thoughts, but I have no idea what that is. I'll catch you later. I'm not trading for a bit Flare. Oh yeah, that's good, dude. Yeah, always good to take breaks, dude. Flair's a super. I love Flair. He's a really he's part of the Patreon. He's super cool, dude. The live title. What is the news on margin calls? But I'm not a trader. Well, it's just margin on general for crypto. Like if there's gonna be like if you have Bitcoin going down to like 16K, you're gonna start seeing a bunch of hedge funds getting margin called. If not, people just regular retail being margin called from using so much leverage like in the market and stuff, right? So, um, margin calls. There's not really like for the most part, it was just kind of clickbait to get you guys to watch the video and shit. Um, but that's me assuming that there's gonna be a lot of um, margin calls based off of crypto, being at $16,200. You know what I mean? So, it's really just gonna be that the fact that you have crypto, down at like these levels and stuff. Specifically, obviously, Bitcoin that you have it down here. So, um, yeah, nothing really crazy about margin calls. It was more clickbait than anything else. So, get get wrecked, noobs. I love to run this train. I love to run train. Can you run chart on Visa? Options are pretty cheap and has held up actually well from all-time highs. Sure, bro. I haven't looked at Visa in a very long time, actually. Visa, where you at, Visa? I guess, do I already have levels on here? That's actually, what was the high? High on Visa was 250 and it's down at lowest to like 175. What was that drop? Ghost feed. I don't need a. Oh, what is that? What is a ghost feed? How do you run a ghost feed? What does that do? What's a ghost feed? I have no idea what this is. What the heck is that? What's a ghost feed? That's weird. I didn't know that was even a thing. Anyways, let's look at Visa. Remove. Where do I remove all my drawings? There we go. Remove drawings because we don't need any of that. Let's show you guys how to actually put in. For those of you guys that are new, let's teach you guys how to do market structure. Boom, market structure there. Market structure here. Market structure. Do I need that? Will do there. Actually, we'll do the general area because I mean we don't need to do a lot of structure around this level. Do we have anything else around this area here? Oh yeah, actually you are on resistance right now, like a little bit right there. So I'd say generally, do we have any trends? Trend. Let's run this trend. Major trend. You have major trend here. There you go. So you actually bounced off. Whoops. Yeah. So you actually came down. This is a horrible. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. I don't like that trend at all because you have way too much. That doesn't make sense, right? So what we can do is we can run it. There we go. We'll run it to the highest trend there. Here, here. That works perfectly fine. What kind of retraces this? Because we did hit trend, so technically this actually might be divergence. Is it divergent? Kind of. Lana. Sorry, I think my daughter just walked in. Lana, you're like kicking stuff. Hi, Mama. No, no, it's okay. I'm just looking at her. Hi. How's your nap? Did you sleep? Oh, thank you. My daughter just gave me a flower, which is super cute. I wish you guys could see her, but I'm not gonna post her on the internet for a bunch of weirdo creeps, you know? um, I think for Visa, man, actually, I don't know. Visa looks pretty good. Visa looks pretty. It doesn't look horrible. What about the daily? Daily looks good. You're on. Because I'm trying to figure out if it can do anything but like. 'Cause, I mean, you're on a pretty good set of market structure here, right? Like you have a lot of good solid. Let me see. So I can remove. Or remove. You have this. You can run this down here. Like that's fine. We'll do some daily markets. We'll do some daily structure there. Does that work? Yeah, that works fine too. You're on. I mean, you're technically on resistance. I'd say you're on resistance now. Actually, a little bit lower. We'll do that. That's fine. I mean, what about the 4 hour? 4 hour looks. Actually, you know what? I'd short Visa right now. I'd probably short Visa. I'd probably short Visa. Because it more than likely looks like you're going to do a second top here, right? It looks like you might actually have a second. Look, and you have this gap down here on Visa too. So yeah, I definitely short Visa back down to, what is this? 195 for sure. So I think for now, you might actually see Visa do something like this, right? You already hit peak up here. So from here, you might see two things. You might see a fill of gap, right? And then a recovery to the upside, or you might see a full drop back down to to 189. So I'd definitely be shorting Visa right now. Definitely looks like you've created a second top here. 3 hour is. What about the hour? The hour looks like it's gonna jump. No, yeah. I'd probably pick the short because you're generally at the high range right now, right? You're generally at a pretty high range too, right? I'd say this is probably your high around this level. That actually is this your high? Are you bull? Oh, what the heck? They don't need that. Are you bullish right now? Or are you bearish? I'd say bearish because you're still under that major trend. So we'll do this. Your actual range is gonna be down here to right there. So that's gonna be your actual range right there. Is this? Can I move this? Can I move this to the back? Send to back. There we go. So again, you do have a nice little gap there. You're generally in the top of the range. I'd say a higher range would probably be around the 209 level, but you already hit 206, 207, so that you're already pretty high. I'd be completely comfortable shorting from this area because you already popped a little bit above resistance, right? You broke it, came back down. You hit trend, came back down. Right now, you're coming all the way back up. You're probably going to hit this resistance again and then come back down. So I'd say either short now or wait till 207 and then probably go from there. Generally, though, it does look like you're in a nice little. I wouldn't even call this uptrend. I would actually say that you're at the top. You're at the top of a trend right now, and I would probably short this to the lower end just because I like my divergence. Right, I like trading my divergence. I don't like going against trend unless you actually have a reason to, right? I wouldn't long any of this until you're actually above this trend here, and you're not. And you actually got rejected already. So I'd say came down, came back up. This is generally your next test of the high. Probably gonna come back down to fill that gap, I think. So 195 puts, I'd probably do that. 195 puts. If that works out, cool. And then it's probably gonna drop further down to 189 to see this next support. And if the market actually drops, you're more than likely going to make a lower low on on Visa because that's generally what's been going on, right? You've been making these lower lows for months now, so I would not be surprised if this is actually the top of Visa, and you actually end up going lower. Um, generally to something like what would be the next area of support for Visa? Probably here, like right there somewhere, probably. So again, would not be surprised if you're actually at the top of the market if we are going to be shorting stuff and you see Visa come all the way down from here, essentially all the way down to like 166, maybe in a couple of months or whatever. How long do they usually take to drop this much? Forecast, hit trend, you drop to lows in 35 days. Hit trend, you drop to lows in 35 days. Hit trend, you drop to lows in 42 days. So again, every single trend touch, every single trend touch, you've dropped $48, $40, $43, generally around the same range, right? You just hit trend, right? You just hit that trend touch. Visa, I'd say within what? 40, the longest was 42 days, whatever, let's go with that. We'll do solid 48, 39, 43. We'll do, what is this? Like $43? $43. We'll do another $43. Guess what? Guess what that $43 drop is? Guess. It's right there. Right there, basically close to that next level of support at 165. So by what? What is that? Early November? I mean, early December, you can probably more than likely see a 165 Visa. And that's usually how I do my forecasts. I hope that works out for whoever wants to short Visa. But yeah, I'd say short. I'd say short Visa from here. Crow crashing pretty hard. Yeah, Crow crashing's pretty bad, dude. I had a lot of money in Crow. I had, I think I had originally I think I had like 16K in Crow, That 16K is now worth around 5K, and I'm pretty sure that 5K is now worth closer to like 3K, to be complete, like more like maybe like two and a half, 3K or so, because Crow's crashing like a fucking idiot, and I hate it. Can you go over LTC? Sure, but it's gonna be the same thing as Bitcoin, man. If Bitcoin's gonna go down and it's gonna go down hard, you're gonna see the same thing from Litecoin generally. That's what's gonna happen. All right, so you got Bitcoin. Where's Ape? Might have to get out of stupid Ape because this shit is still trying to bounce to the upside. LTC. I don't think I've worked on any of these charts in a long time. Yeah, it's the same thing. You're probably gonna close a bear week today. Are you? Oh, you're actually not. You're not closing a bear week. I don't know. I don't really look at. I mean, come on, man. I mean, You gotta look at this pretty logically, right? There's a thing called Occam's razor where generally, let me see if I can find some good area of support for like there. Is that good? Is that a good range? Good range here. Good range here. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say for now, this is your range on LTC, right? You're kind of like in the middle, so you can probably go back up to like 73 or back down to 48 bucks. Um, if I had to take a wild guess of where I think it's going, I say it's probably going to go lower. Where's the 8 hour might be pretty telling on this. Yeah, I'd say you're probably headed back to like 40 50 bucks on LTC just by looking at it. The hour's gonna close bullish though. Where's the 15? 35. I mean, you really only traded sideways, man. Like it's just from 48 to 57. It's not a huge, I mean, it's not a huge move here. What move is that? 30%. Actually, that is a pretty big move, 30% move. Um, I mean, if I had to guess where this is gonna go, whoops, damn it. I hate that I gotta go back to the cross like that. What generally happens when you're coming down here? Yeah, I'd say probably lower. You know, generally when you're in the halfway mark, you tend to just drop a little bit lower. So I'd say you're probably going back to like 48, 50 bucks. I don't want to do too much market structure on this just because, you know, it's LTC and I very rarely look at Litecoin. You can probably do, I don't know, man, something like structure there. Probably have structure here. Probably have structure here. Probably have structure like there. And then you have structure right. Can you go lower? Nope. And you probably have structure there. So I mean, we can take off this range and focus on LTC where it's at right now. A couple of things that can happen, really. You know, you already hit this resistance. It can probably come back up here. If this breaks, you're probably going probably to the lower band, which is like 40 bucks or so. Right? Yeah. I mean, but if I had to choose where it's actually gonna go, you're in the middle, really. I mean, I wouldn't really make any decisions right now. I'd say that you're pretty solid. You're looking at shorts up here, pretty solid. You're probably looking at longs somewhere like in this area right here, right? So if you're trying to trade this, don't even look at this. Just if you want to swing trade it, whenever it gets down to this area, run along back up to here. If price comes back up to here, run a short down this way. I'm pretty sure it'll play out every single time. And just by telling you that, I should probably end up trading this by myself and probably make some dough. But as of right now, not no really clear, no real clear direction on Litecoin. To be honest, you're really like in the middle of the range, right? Range is up here to down here. You're really right in the middle. So if anything, you're probably just gonna go like this for a while. I don't really see like too many crazy things going on with Litecoin. What's Bitcoin at right now? Bitcoin is at, let's go to the hour. Hour is, it looks like it wants to drop, man. Bitcoin just looks like it doesn't want to live anymore. I'll be honest. Like you might see, you're already hitting this resistance, probably gonna come back down. Let me see if I can do some quick, like, daily, like, TA on this stuff, right? What chart am I using? I don't even know what chart I'm using. All right, so delete this. Let's take everything off. Remove drawings. Let's run a brand new. Can we go higher? Yeah, sure. We'll do that. You have structure there. Do you have structure up here? Structure. We'll do structure there. That's fine. And it seems like you do have like a pretty nasty, you have pretty nasty structure here, right? So where's the last time? It was a long time before crypto was actually here. So it looks like you do have structure right. You're literally on structure right now. It's almost perfect, right? That's so gross, dude. And the next major structure you have probably 14 7 5 6 maybe, and that's me giving it a lot of wiggle room to be honest. I think next major structure you're looking at like 12-3, just to be honest. Like your next major structure is there. After that, you're probably looking at, I don't know, something like right here. You're probably looking at structure like this. Look at that. If you God, there's nothing, dude. There's nothing there. Realistically, there's nothing here. Like realistically, what's going on with crypto is you're gonna see this go from here down to just to 12K. I can almost guarantee you that's gonna affect the stock market. And if you actually drop down here, really good chance there's two things that happen, right? You do this and then you drop down like that, or you keep accelerating down to 10K and then you bounce up. But right now, really good chance this whole thing gets broken, especially because you're gonna close a week there in an hour. Fucking hell, dude! I just realized that. Yo, everybody has to be short this, bro. This thing looks like it's gonna drop hard to 12K, and that sucks, dude. That sucks so bad because you have no structure here. Not surprised if you would see in by the end of this year. Would not be surprised if you actually see Bitcoin down at 12K. I'm gonna leave my ape coin. I'm gonna leave my ape short open because I think it might actually work out pretty well. And I actually think SPX is gonna. I actually think the SPY is gonna tank. That's what I personally think. I think this rally is. I think this is a fake rally. I'll be completely honest. SPY analysis. I still have money on Coinbase. Yeah, me too. I still got money in Coinbase. I actually trust Coinbase. I think I like Coinbase a lot. Tony, can you watch indices open live in like 3 minutes? Oh fuck yeah, dude. Let's go watch. Let's go watch the futures and see what's going on with that. Should DXY be open? Yeah, DXY is open, but it's not jumping up as much as I wanted to. 4 hours should be. Yeah, the 4 hour is good. I like the 4 hour because it closed bullish, right? You actually did close a perfect entry on the daily here. But let's see what happens with SPX, bro. Let's see what happens here. Are we gonna see this thing dump or what are we gonna do? I should probably go down to the minute and see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Let's go to the 5 minute. That'll probably be a nice little thing. We're gonna see this open in about 2 minutes. We'll see it open live and then we'll see what's going on. So SPY analysis. I'm gonna get you guys a SPY analysis right now and let's see what's going on. Litecoin's halving is coming soon. What are your thoughts on that? It was shooting up, but then FTX came out with the news and it shot back down. um, I mean I didn't know that it was having a halving. Generally, I'm pretty bullish on all halvings, so I would say probably load up on Litecoin and then wait to see what's going to happen. Um, yeah, Litecoin halving is pretty. I didn't know. I'll have to do like a TA on, or just not a TA, but like historical events on what's been going on for Litecoin. If the halvings on Litecoin have been generally pretty bullish, then I'll probably load up on some LTC longs on futures and just kind of wait it out. I need to see what's happened with Litecoin halvings, and then we'll go from there. But um, we're gonna see futures open up here in a little bit. Are they gonna gap down? Are they gonna go up? Place your bets, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. It's gonna. Oh, there it is. 3 o'clock. Did it open yet? Is my shit late? Is it late? What's going on? E-bitty. Sorry, it's pretty cold. Gap up on the dollar. Ooh, did the dollar just jump more? See, I don't like about. That's what I don't like about gaps. Chances are the dollar's gonna come back and fill this gap, and it's gonna make the SPX shoot up. Is it not open? I thought it was gonna open right now. SPX. What am I looking? What am I looking at wrong? Oh, it gapped down. Ha! Not surprised. I'm not surprised that it's coming back down. I need this thing to tank, bro. I need this to tank so hard, bro. I need this to tank. I'm probably doing pretty well on Forex right now. I was down like 100K. I was down like $100,000 on my Forex account, dude. It was pretty shitty. But I wouldn't be surprised if that gap gets filled. So usually when you have gaps down like this, you tend to go back and fill them pretty quickly, right? So watch. You can probably see the dollar. If we look at the dollar, it's probably coming back down. Yeah, it's starting to fill it right here. So futures are down. Futures are officially down. Look at that. But again, not surprised if you would just come back and you fill that right away. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see the reaction on Bitcoin. Did Bitcoin drop even lower? Yeah, there you go. There's Bitcoin's drop right there. But that's the 5 minute chart. You had a nice little drop down there on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's been leading the drop down. I think Ethereum's been lagging pretty good lately. So I don't really trust Ethereum on the way down as much as I do Bitcoin. So if you're gonna be looking at movements or early movements on the way up or down, I'd say go with what's it called? I'd say go with Bitcoin over Ethereum. I don't really trust Ethereum right now. Ethereum was pretty solid on the way up. Don't really trust it on the way down right now. Doesn't make any sense. But I mean, dude, I want the dollar to just moonshot to the sky. That's what I wanted to do. SPX 500. It looks like it's man. If this thing actually stays down, I'd be so freaking happy with this like completely going into complete descent to the low side. I would be so happy if the SPY just dies. To be honest, why is the ES1 not open? I thought the ES1 was futures also. It's kind of weird. Black Bull, yeah, there we go. I'm not optimistic on this actually coming down because usually when you have gaps down like this, you tend to fail to the upside. So not too optimistic on the market coming down right now. It's open. Check another broker. Thank you for the answer. Yeah, wait for having vid or whatever you do. Same. Yeah, I think LTC is pretty cool. I had no idea. See, there you go. You have SPX going a little bit higher there, which means that Bitcoin is probably up as well. Yeah, not really. Um, yeah, dude. But I think for LTC, I would have to figure out, or I mean, I guess I can do it now. We can do it really quickly right now, right? We'll do Litecoin. Whoops. Get rid of that X pattern that I thought we were in. LTC halvings. There you go. After every blah, 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 Litecoin having explained. LTC having History. There we go. Litecoin having. There we go. Litecoin was launched in 2011. When is the next Litecoin having? The next Litecoin having will occur in 2023. Litecoin price prediction. Oh, it's in 20. It's next year. It's not even. Litecoin having history. For now, you have two LTC havings occurred. One in 2015 and the second one in 2019. So 2015. Let's go with the month. 2015, 2019. Was this it? From 29 to that's a damn it. And you know what? I can almost guarantee you that in 2015 you actually had a bull month trigger, which is basically what's going on right now. So you're at $57. Ugh. I mean, good chance that you go to 150 again, honestly. And the thing is, though, like the really good thing about Litecoin is that these peaks have been pretty consistent to the top. Look at that. Both peaks have been around 415. So I would not, this is not, again, this is not investing advice, but I would, when you have strong peaks like that, you generally tend to have pretty nice repetitions of where the market actually wants to go. Um, so again, you had first peak there on trend. Second trend is like right there, right? So I mean, if I had to guess the next high, you're probably looking at that. Maybe a 351, which is what, like a 6x from here. So not horrible. That's a pretty good solid return. And again, every return has been in 395 days. And then after the bullish month close, this happened in 151. Probably had a close over here. What is this? 395 here. Somewhere around this area. You probably had a bullish close. So I mean, I don't know. I think within like a year, you could probably see maybe a move back to like somewhere around this range. Oh man, I ate a bunch of pizza and I think it's starting to hit me. Jesus. Ugh. You still think those UVXY calls are still in play? I still think they're good. Um, they're only again it's insurance. That's why you should have bought them for like a year or two out, right? It's really just insurance. I think they're still fine as long as they're only gonna play out if the market actually crashes, right? It's just an insurance play on the market crashing. If the market crashes, I think those UVXY plays are gonna do really well. If nothing happens to the market and the market doesn't crash, they're probably going to expire worthless. I'll tell you that much. So I think those are still good as insurance. Don't expect them to actually do anything because you're expecting the market to actually crash pretty hard. For those to play out, you're expecting the market to crash pretty hard. Um, so I wouldn't expect for those to hit. Like I said, it's just insurance. The UVXY calls are just insurance in case the market actually crashes, and then you can actually see it run extremely hard to the upside. And I'm not going to talk about AMC because I think everybody knows how much I hate AMC, and why I actually think it's a pretty shit company, and I don't think it's going to do anything. Um, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't trade it. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't trade it at all. It's just, it doesn't make sense to I would not want to trade AMC. GameStop is actually a better ticker that I would actually look into. Um, and historically, you have pretty solid levels of where when to actually take those triggers, right? Or when to actually like check. So generally, your area right now, I'd say is like here. That's probably your area. If you're between if you're like between 18 $20 and 26 27 $26, I'd say this whole area is probably a buy on GameStop. Whole area. And then if you want to swing trade this to the upside, you sell this when you hit like 44 bucks, which I think it will. I think it'll hit those numbers again. For right now, I am expecting GameStop to drop lower. It does look like you might actually close a bear week soon. So I am expecting lower prices on GameStop. And Bitcoin is going to be closing a bear week in 50 minutes. So RIP to crypto in the next for the next week or so. We'll see how that like plays out. SPX, I'm looking for this to actually be a little bit higher. Yeah, there you go. It's starting its recovery to the high side. Ah, it actually came back down, which I'm pretty happy about. It actually recovered, came back down, but it does look like you're going to go back up to close that gap. No, I would actually be very surprised if you actually crash all the way down to like a 394 or something. I would be extremely surprised if that actually happens. Um, the dollar, oh, the dollar is pushing heavy, actually. Oh, hell yes. Oh, that makes me want to get into. I don't want to short the market anymore because I'm like $100,000 in the negative, and don't tell my wife. Um, but that's a big push on the dollar. Actually, that's a really big push on the dollar. So that's a nice little gap up. It's a really nice little gap up. I'm surprised it's not coming down really fast to fill that gap down there. I'm not expecting this to keep pushing. I want it ideally to fill that gap first, but if this keeps going all the way up back to trend, dude, I'm happy with DXY 109 because I want SPY to completely just crash. Um, have I been live for like 50 minutes already? I think I have, right? Where's my time? I don't. It usually says how long. Oh, there we go. 111, 40 something. I think I have like. Usually it says stream settings, analytics, current viewers, chat rate views. It usually says how long I've been live for. I don't. It's not saying viewer activity. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, nice. What is this? Put user in timeout. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck that guy. We'll put him in timeout for giving me a super chat. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know you could do this. I didn't even know that. Stream health, excellent. Stream settings. That's weird. Usually it shows that you can. It usually gives you like how long you've been in the duration. It doesn't show today. That's fine. But it looks like I've been on for about an hour. Oh, it's up here. An hour and 12 minutes or so. Um, Amazon. I'd probably short Amazon right now. I don't think I would actually. I don't think I would actually long the market right now. I think I'm perfectly fine because I'm short. I'm still shorting the market right now. I think this whole rally is over. I forgot the word for it. Over whatever. I think it ran too much. It's basically it's too damn high is what I'm trying to say. What type of events crashed the market? China invading Taiwan? I don't think China invading Taiwan would crash the market. I think you definitely see a pretty hard drop. An actual crash, like if you actually crash, you're looking at like a 10-15% drop in like a day, right? That's what you would consider a crash. 20% drop in the SPY, which would be like a 30-40% drop in every other stock, right? In order for that to happen, it had to be something ridiculous. Like all crypto goes to 2015 lows, or Chase, JP Morgan goes out of business, or it has to be something big, man. Like, everybody thinks that because CPI came out really low, which is great, right? That's what we wanted. The SPY needed a rally like this, but you would crash the market if the next CPI report comes out to like 10%. That's what would crash the market, because everybody right now is expecting CPI to keep coming in lower and lower and lower and lower. And I don't think it's gonna keep coming in lower. I actually think one of these days, one of these months when CPI comes out, it's going to be a really big surprise to the upside. Um, but it has to be something like astronomical, to be honest. It has to be a huge event. Tell us about Amazon. Amazon, I would probably buy shorts on Amazon right now. I think, at least I think so. I think it's time to short the market. I think I personally think I got in too early last week. And I think I got in too early. But for Amazon, you actually have pretty solid resistance at, what is it, 102? I'd be shorting all of this to this gap right here. because you don't have these huge gaps and not fill them. That's basically it, right? You don't have these huge gaps and you just don't fill them, right? But you also do have a very big gap right here. Huge gap, all right here. Keep in mind, right? You gap down from, there you go, put that there, put that here, right? You have a huge gap from 110 to 101 or something, and then you also have another gap from 115 to 114, and you have another gap from 120 to 116. Or actually, yeah, and these are all on the hour chart, so pretty big gaps. But I'd probably short here on Amazon just because you're on resistance here. Usually, when you hit major resistance like that, I like to take shorts. Just because generally what happens is you at least come back down maybe halfway between ranges. So between 84 and 102, you probably come down here. You probably wick all the way down to like 86 and then come right back up. It's usually what happens. So if I was going to play Amazon, I'd probably be looking to shorting all this all day long. The 4 hour, yeah, 4 hour already looks like it wants to come back down. And you already have the stoke at peak highs. So yeah, I'd definitely be looking into shorting all this back to the gap at $86 within like I probably buy like month outputs or something to be safe. But yeah, I'm looking at shorting this all the way back down to like $86 on Amazon. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back down. Overhyped. Yeah, I think overhyped. I think overhyped might be the word. Overextended, overexcited, whatever. I think the run up was pretty insane. And I don't think it needed that much of a run up, and I think that it's going to sell off extremely hard because when the SPY gaps up $10, that's not a good sign. And I feel like everybody's getting extremely excited about the SPY going up super hard. But when you have the SPY gap up so hard like this in one day, that's not good. Like these gaps do not stay open for that long, right? Gap right here, it got filled like 2 weeks later. Gap right here got filled like 2 weeks later. Gap right here still hasn't gotten filled, right? You have a gap from 360 to 363, a $3 gap, still hasn't gotten filled. Huge gap, $10 gap that we just had. Gap right here, 408 to 403. It's just, it's one of those things where I've never really seen a $10 gap stay open for longer than like 2 weeks, I think. So I'm not very optimistic on the SPY on SPY keeping staying pushing to the upside. Um, but we'll see what happens. Right. Look, SPX looks like it's gonna come back, close that gap. Would not be surprised. So the DXY should look like it's coming back down. Yeah, there you go. Looks like it found some sort of like resistance. Probably gonna come down and fill that gap right there. So okay, I'm gonna go out because if I stay here, I'm gonna keep staying here for longer. So everybody that came on the chat, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for Raul for the super chat. Always appreciate everybody coming out and spending your afternoon with me and spending an hour to just look at TA, look at the market, talk about bankruptcies and margin calls and 10 people running a train on some chick. So, so it's been fun. It's always fun. I'm gonna try to be more consistent and try to do this every weekend. I think I went live last weekend as well. So hopefully I can go live next weekend too around the same time. And I'm gonna try to maybe take a day off or two from work and stream basically the whole day. And basically stream the whole day on the stock market and see how that goes. And maybe I decide to become a streamer and just stream stocks from 6 in the morning till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my pre-market video overview on the SPY. So if you're not subscribed, hit the like button on this video because it helps out push out my videos to other people that like it just as much as you guys. And I've definitely noticed that my videos are being pushed out a lot more to more people just by likes, dude. It's just if you guys can give me just a very simple like, it'll take you guys a second to do it. It definitely helps out the channel. You don't have to give me any super chats or anything like that. But just a simple like. It takes you a second to just click on it, and then you can go on with your day. And I don't have to bother you with more stuff. But with that being said, thank you guys for everything. How far out are your puts? I have whatever the latest date of November is, whatever the last date of November that puts are available for SPY, that's what I have. With that being said, thank you guys all for coming on, staying on here for a while, and like chatting for a bit. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. And again, don't miss my good night, baby. Fucking Tyler. I love you, bro. Have a good night, dude. I'll see you guys tomorrow. My pre-market video. Um, Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brothers and sisters. Share the videos, shove them down people's throats, and tell them to watch me. Tell them to watch me in the morning. Tell them to watch me on the live. Tell them to join the Patreon because every single cent that goes from the Patreon that we get goes to my daughter's Fidelity account, goes to her portfolio, and we need to I need to keep buying my Lunchables for work, man, because those things are awesome, and inflation is still high. So I'll see you guys all later. Love you all. Bye.